Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our second episode of Women's Wisdom Collective. And today I have the pleasure to introduce you to Reasmey, magnificent woman that lives in France, and I've been knowing for a couple of years, and we've been working together with the dōTERRA oils. And this is a woman with a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge about the body and nature and plants. And I feel that this is a great way to get a little bit of her wisdom to you. So let's just start with, introducing yourself, Reasmey, and maybe you can tell us about what is your profession, since it's not just one thing, and what do you love about it?
Hi Giselle, hi everybody. Thank you for this interview. So I'm a physiotherapist, massage therapist, osteopath, and I did some studies in naturopathy also. So I really like to take care of people, treat people, and most of all, help people have sustainable habits in their daily life to not come back into their disease. In terms of nutrition, but also of position, of habits with their gesture, and use simple and natural help to get rid of their little disease and stuff like that. So helping people physically, emotionally, and in their daily routine, that they don't see it and make it in light to help them be better. That's my main step.
Yeah, and how have the essential oils come into your life on a personal level and then on a professional level?
In fact, on a professional level, I was asking myself how to cut the circle of chronicity in the disease. And I didn't want to use some anti-inflammatory medication or use some cortisone stuff, injections, or really dirt things that hurt the body in the meantime that try to heal, but it's so synthetic that it doesn't help at all. So I try to find a better way and a natural way to put people in their balance, and it was to try essential oil. So I try essential oil. I look for their properties, their molecules, what could help with the best the tissue and the muscles and articulation and everything from the body of my patient. So I try some, and I noticed that people are improving slowly when they apply daily their essential oil, and when they are using them twice, third a day, or five times a day was great for very, very bad tendinitis or something like that. So I begin to look for why do they have inflammatory troubles. So we often saw that the stress at work was very bad for inflammatory troubles. Also sometimes in family, but it's more rare. So I begin to implement oils for people, but for the mood and for the emotions, and to manage their stress and to manage how they feel at work and how they manage their emotion regarding situation or relationship at work. And we begin to use also meditation with oils, that they could use the oils to bring back the feeling of the meditation and give some calm to the situation they live at work. So we begin to use it topically for the physical disease, and aromatically and on certain points on the head, on the forehead, and the neck also, where there is a lot of emotion points, to help them to cut the cycle of stress. And then when I had so magnificent effect, I had to pass some exams for my osteopathic studies at the same time. And I asked myself, as I had a lot of pressure for these exams, well, it should work also for me. So I began to prepare myself, and I began to use them for emotional management regarding the stress, the pressure for these exams, to help me memorize better, faster, to help me to get more calm. I did some sophrology, some respiratory yoga, some meditation also, and bringing the oils in each practice helped me really to focus and reinforce this practice really deeper, to help me go through this difficulty of the exams and the pressure. It was really so much pressure, and that's my first experience with the oils personally for emotions.
Wow, that's super powerful. The fact that you really saw the link in between chronic disease and stress, and how the oils could help with this stress. And which were the oils that you used the most in that period for yourself? And then I'm sure that inspired also your clients.
During my exam period, when I needed to have the most of focus, I used rosemary and peppermint for concentration and boosting mood, and some mandarin also. And to get more confidence in me, I used Laurel nobilis that you can find in Balance and in Cheer, I think. And it's a super powerful oil to feel really more confident about yourself, about your own capacities. And that was a great help, really great help.
Yeah, I feel maybe also in Breathe, there's Laurel too. And that's why it's so important that it just expands the chest as this, the place where you become more confident.
Yeah.
And I was wondering also how did the use of plant medicine, so really like getting in touch with these concentrations of nature, made you feel more connected to the natural environment and your body in relation to it? Like, has this changed your relationship with nature, the fact that you use and welcome in your practice and your life these plant extracts?
I'm a nature person. So I horse ride a lot. I have horses. I like to resource myself into the woods, and I need trees around me. So it was kind of an extension of this connection, just a note in this connection to help me to use what I need in the nature. And when I'm in the nature, I feel that when I look for help or support, trees are resonating with me, or there's kind of like a magnetic field around, when you can feel secure. You can feel this warmth of the trees and this wisdom for ages, and you can feel how you can be supported. And it was logical to find it also into essential oils at the trees or the roots and the leaves and the aromatic plants can bring you the concentrate of themselves, or the particular energy of this part of the plant, can bring you the energies they have on a molecular level, and also kind of a spiritual level. It's quite difficult to explain because it's a really strong feeling, but you bring with you all what the nature and the plant can give you, and it's molecularly it's really charged. So even if you don't understand the spiritual level, you have a chemical level that you can't deny. So it's good for me because I have my scientific part that say, okay, that's molecular charge. And there is the part of me who feels this energy, but you can't say that it's just only atoms and electrons. So you have this other part that you can't explain, that you can feel it, and it supercharges you. And this connection is the link that makes when you are not in nature, and when you can't connect with a tree, with the space of a wood, with the mountain or something like that. You have your eyes that can bring you everywhere. You close your eyes and you just have to feel the smell, and it brings you where you want or where you need to be. And that's super powerful. And that's why
Yeah.
I feel it was the link missing, because the chemistry, the pharmaceutical chemistry, is try to imitate but can't do the same because they don't use live enzyme and live stuff to synthesize their product. So it was just the correct thing to add to my body to have to go through difficulties or stuff just can't be done easily.
That's beautiful. We definitely got a feeling of what you said, and like writing this feeling, I'm wondering if what would you love like all women in the world to knew about plant medicine and essential oils and their intuition? What would be that thing that you wish they knew about themselves?
Yeah, and I think it's important to reconnect with what you really want inside your heart. And it's sometimes really difficult to find because you have to listen to you, but without interpreting something or without waiting something particular. If you want this speak to you, you don't have to wait for something. You just have to listen and not to be afraid to listen. Maybe sometimes it doesn't speak, and it takes time to find what you need and what your heart desire. But you have to listen, just like you sit in the middle of the field and you just let the sound of the nature comes to you. That's the same to find what your heart desire and where is your balance with all this, and find the easy way to go with the flow.
Beautiful.
And essential oils helps a lot for that.
Yeah. And has the consistent use of essential oils help you during your very recent pregnancy and at the birth and after the birth? Like, how has that supported you?
Yeah, that was a great challenge for me because I was really tired when I began my pregnancy. So I needed a lot of help because I was so low in blood pressure. It was around 7, and it's not a lot. So I used them to boost more my body than my mood, because I had a good mood, but it's just the energy, the global energy, that wasn't really super high. So I used some oils internally with the dōTERRA supplementation, and they are really, really helpful, because those days with the complement, I had a better pressure. I was around 10, and that was great, because I felt really in energy and really fueled. And I use also a diffusion with cheer, with motivate, elevation, all the it's not all citrus, but there are part citrus, part other oils, but they are really elevating. And I really like to meditate with balance. I like this woody scent that grounds a lot. And Serenity was great for all my contractions and trouble for contractions sometimes that are not desired. So take a bath, just add 3 drops of Serenity and 3 drops of ginger, because you can't use peppermint at the beginning of the pregnancy. You can use it at the end, but not at the beginning, and not internally. And I prefer ginger for all the antispasmodic properties that help ease my contraction. So I add them into the bath also, and take some bath like that. It's really relaxing and help ease the stress. When you feel the contraction, you are afraid to lose your baby. You are afraid to make baby uncomfortable, or that something wrong happens. So Serenity is good also to help ease the stress and ease this anxious feeling that comes in the middle of you, like that. And if my baby is not well, okay, take some Serenity, it would be better, and baby would be okay. So yeah, that was my main oils.
And which ones did you take internally throughout the pregnancy, you said?
I used mainly the ones that are in the supplement, in the dōTERRA supplement. So there is some frankincense, there is some rosemary, sometimes there is some melaleuca. I had to use sometimes also the probiotics that helps me in addition to the supplement. And all these, yeah, help me a lot. Sometimes I have to use the lemon also, because I have some acid, and so I use the lemon to get the bladder, yeah, the bladder.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, to have it how you say, flush
Release.
Release the bile. Yeah, bile.
Yeah.
So yes, I had to do it.
Good. And I was wondering how, we haven't spoke since you had your baby, and I'm wondering, but I see that you're already very active and proactive and doing a lot of things and back into studying. So how do you feel that your profession, your career has changed as starting, with pregnancy and now with your baby? How is that taking shape, and with the challenges and the downsides and the difficult moments of that for sure happen in the beginning when you're used to work a lot and then you don't have time anymore?
In fact, I choose to breastfeed my son. So I was so I don't have, it's my first child, so I don't have experience like that, and I just have the tons of experiences of others, and mainly I'm surrounded by women who give bottles to baby, so artificial milk. So I didn't have a real close look on what a breastfeeding life is. And I was wondering myself that during the first month, okay, maybe I could be tired because of the birth and the labor and the new rhythm. But I thought myself began to work really more intensively on my project about the second month. And the second month come, and no way, it wasn't possible at all. And the third month just begin, just go. We went through the third month, and no way at all. So it's really challenging. So I reshape my work frame. I'm working on small amount of time, 20 minutes or 30 minutes at the time he's playing with his toys and he's quiet by his side, or at the time he sleeps, only 30 minutes. And then I have my break with breastfeeding, and it's challenging because I like to work with 4 hours time in a row, with sometimes 5-10 minute break. It's not possible. So I have to reshape all my way to work and my how to say my efficiency at work. And it's I need to plunge and be focused right now. So I have my diffuser here on my office. So always have my diffuser. And for the moment, I have my favorite oils that use. I have here. I really like frankincense. I have on guard because it's also boosting, and I still have holiday joy here. And sometimes I mix with forgive, that are and breath, that are both of them giving a boost, because in forgive there is some bergamot and arbor vitae and thyme, citronella, that give a fresh boost to your concentration. In addition of breath, you have a great cocktail. And I use also the rosemary. I really like rosemary. I don't like too much peppermint for concentration because sometimes it's just hurting my nose. It's too spicy for my nose. So here are my main blends. Yeah. Did I say that I use frankincense? I really
yes.
like
I love it too. And I'm wondering how, since I started working with dōTERRA when my daughter was 4 or 5 months. So before that, it was absolutely impossible to have any extra energy for anything else but breastfeeding. So I totally feel what's going on in your life right now, and you're already ahead of times. And like my question to you, and just having envisioned like other moms and other women that are doing this, what is your vision about your personal expansion as not separating yourself from your child, and at the same time fulfilling what you love doing, your job? So how do you see that expand together, like, and not be one or the other? Like, because I feel that we're in a time where we can be both. Like, we can expand and do what we love on a professional level, on a fulfillment scale, and at the same time be very present to our child. And I'm wondering if for you, if you also have the feeling that it has to do with a team of women working together, like a team of like not being on our own anymore, but working with other women. This is what's happening in my experience, and I'm wondering if you're starting to feel that too. I know you are a woman that really loves and does everything alone and on your own, and you're ahead of times, and you're really also strict with yourself to keep yourself on a schedule and everything. And yeah, I'm just checking in with you and seeing if becoming a mother is also opening you to this possibility of co-creating or co-working and creating something with other women.
Yeah, it was really surprising because I did a workshop on a weekend 3 weeks ago, and I was really surprised how motherhood can create another space and another link with the other women, and it's women opens easily to you. In fact, it's easier to get connection when you share this motherhood, and when you can speak about your really personal experience with them. It's a journey, and we have all a different story in this particular journey, and that's a weird thing because globally, you can say pregnancy, birth, and childhood are the same generic title for every woman. But when you look to each woman, it's an individual story that doesn't really look like another story, even if the scientific facts are the same. We check the same things, the same cranial perimeter, the same centimeters, the same femoral centimeters. Okay, but that's such a special moment for each woman, and it creates so much link and so much exchange, and other women knows also the struggle of having your baby in your arm and you need two other hands to do something else, and you just have two hands, and one is for the baby, or sometimes you have both hands on the baby and you are just looking at what you want to do and say, okay, now I have to find a way to have two other hands to do it without leaving the baby. Okay. So, and instantly when you are with other women, they feel the moment when you are just missing these two other hands. Well, I think Shiva was a great woman. It was really, really impressive to have so much hands. So sometimes, yes, being with a collective like that is just, you find new connection, you find a lot of help and exchange and understanding between everyone, and it's really, really great. So yes, it's completely a new way to find new relationships. It's not build relationships. It's not really find. It's just another connection that opens, and it's like when you are walking in the nature, and you find just like that behind the tree you have a river, and you find the flow like that, and you can go in the flow, and it's like just, yes, an opening door to that, and it's really wonderful because you can share something where you are new, and you can share with the people full of wisdom, experiences, various point of view, various idea, practice, and also with mom with several children. And even if they have this idea of the education, they manage to do what they want to do with one, and sometimes not at all with the second one. And it's really interesting to share something really brand new like that for me. So yeah, it's really exciting, and it brings them a warm, a warm welcome or a warm atmosphere when you feel really support and share with people, that's great.
Wow, that's beautiful, and it makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing with this interview project, because I feel all these like sparks of yes, and yeah, I'm really seeing that the vision that I had coming true with hearing your voice, and it's lovely to hear what you say. And I would like you to ask you one last question, and it's about if you had to pick 3 words that describe you in this new paradigm of your life, in this new chapter of yourself, of your new self, and that is looking into the future, is looking into this, you know, this world of connecting with women in this flow, and which would be these 3 words? How would you describe this moment?
Mm, easy, magic, love.
Okay, you got it. Super beautiful. Well, Reasmey, it's been really beautiful to listen to your answers, and really see how much you've like really blossomed into this mother of, like, on the bigger, in the bigger sense. Like, your energy is really flourishing, and is beautiful to have received that in this interview. And I know that this will inspire a lot of women and a lot of moms and a lot of new moms that are, you know, going through this revolution, and so they know that we're here, that we're experiencing the same things, and that we're not alone in this journey. So thank you so much for
Thank you
coming
to you.
and making the time. I know you don't have much free time, so I'm very grateful that you dedicated your free time this afternoon, this morning for us. So I wish you a beautiful rest of the
Thank
day.
you. Thank you to take time to interview and make this project happen. That's a really super project. I
Thank,
feel I will meet some great. So also.
absolutely.